Hello everyone and welcome back to MMA Lad. In today's news, Khamzat Chimaev reacts to being removed from Russia's pound-for-pound rankings. Khamzat Chimaev just got erased from Russia's pound-for-pound rankings, but does he even care? The undefeated star, known for his dominant performances, was quietly dropped after officially becoming a citizen of the UAE. But when asked about it, his reaction might not be what you expect. Before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Now let's break it down. Even if you're a casual MMA fan, you know that Khamzat Chimaev hasn't lost a fight. He's sitting at a perfect 14-0 record and has finished some of the toughest opponents the UFC has to offer. Given that, it's no surprise that he was featured in Russia's pound-for-pound rankings, until now. Recently, Chimaev revealed that he had officially received citizenship in the United Arab Emirates. Shortly after, reports surfaced that Russia had removed him from their rankings, seemingly because he was no longer representing the country. When a reporter asked him about the situation, Chimaev didn't seem too bothered. The journalist questioned whether he felt he should still be considered a representative of Russia, to which Chimaev shrugged it off, saying, "What should I say? Let them include me in the rankings if they like. If they don't, well, I don't know who decides. But I represent both Russia and the UAE." Some fans find it strange that he was dropped just because of a passport change, especially since he was born and raised in Russia. But at the end of the day, one thing is certain: Chimaev's talent speaks for itself. And if he beats Dricus du Plessis next, expect his name to skyrocket in the UFC's global pound-for-pound rankings. Do you think Khamzat was unfairly not considered? Share your thoughts about this down in the comments. Anthony Smith vs. Rampage Jackson. Heated tension over podcast drama. You'd think Anthony Smith and Rampage Jackson wouldn't have much beef given that they have never fought. But things got heated recently after Smith called out Rampage over some disrespectful podcast moments. Smith had been a guest on the Jackson podcast, which is hosted by Rampage. He had a great time and even said he'd been a huge fan of Rampage for years. But months later, Smith saw an episode where TJ Dillashaw was making fun of him and Rampage was laughing along. Smith didn't hold back, saying,
"Say it with your fucking chest. Like, you bring fighters on, you shit on it. It happened to me. You brought me on, you're super cool to me. I had a good time. I love Rampage. He's my favorite fighter. I've said that for years. You've heard me say that 100 times. Rampage is my favorite fighter. You bring me on, I have an amazing time. And then, like, I don't know, several months later, you're on there with Dillashaw making fun of me. That's what they do. That's their thing. And honestly, it's less Rampage. He's kind of just the funny ha-ha guy, and he just laughs around stuff.
Right.
They're just not great to fighters. They make fun of a lot of people. They did the same shit to Ian Gary when he was supposed to go on the show, and then they spent the show before that calling him a cuck. Whether you think Ian Gary's a cuck or not, you can't bring the motherfucker on the show the next episode after calling him a cuck and making fun of his family dynamic or him and his wife and his kid. This guy's got fucking kids. You know, then Ian gets on, social media and gets all pissed about it, and then they walk shit back. I don't agree with that.
Rampage didn't appreciate that and fired back aggressively in response.
I've always stayed away from the fighters because I'm different from y'all, and that's a motherfucking problem right here, me being different from y'all. I saw this post that, what's his name, Anthony Smith did. I saw it this morning. It pissed me off. When TJ sat right motherfucking here and said that you would never be champion and said that you gave up, Bear and I had your back, and that's what we were saying. Lionheart with a fucking nickname like Lionheart, not Lionheart. And you took it as I was making fun of you, and Bear and I making fun of you. Bear and I actually liked your ass, but now you a motherfucking because at first I didn't say shit because I DM'd you. Because I looked at it, I said, oh, okay, I can see how he could think that I was making fun of him too. So I DM'd you, and I fucking said to you in the DM, like, look here, bro, I wasn't making fun of you. Because I could have made fun of you. Motherfuckers make fun of, fighters, we make fun of each other. Yeah, I'm a comedian, pretend to be a motherfucking fighter, but the problem is, motherfucker, I really can fight. And I hope I don't see your motherfucker. I hope I come down when I see you, because motherfuckers like you get smacked, for real. Because you did some shit. You left me on red on your fucking DMs when I tried to explain to you I wasn't making fun of your ass. Because I could have made fun of you when Khalil Roundtree pieced your motherfucking ass up, had you doing a chicken dance. But I can't make fun of shit like that, because my last motherfucking fight, I shit the bed. You need to quit cutting the gas off. And I'm telling you, man, this shit got me pissed out. Hey, this shit got me pissed out. Hey, I'm telling you. Tell that Anthony Smith motherfucker. Call it motherfucker. They better keep my motherfucking name out of his mouth. I see his ass, I'm gonna smack the fuck out of him. Keep my motherfucking name out of his motherfucking mouth. You tell that bitch that.
Despite Rampage's heated response, Smith remained calm and respectful, saying, "I love Rampage, even though he said he's going to slap the shit out of me. I was shocked." Will this turn into a real physical confrontation, or is it just a brief misunderstanding? Joaquin Buckley fires back at Kevin Holland's comments. Kevin Holland may have beaten Joaquin Buckley back in 2020, but does that mean he'd do it again? Buckley doesn't think so, and he's got a lot to say about it. Since their fight, both men have taken very different paths. Holland has struggled with consistency, going 1-4 in his last 5 fights. Buckley, on the other hand, has elevated himself into welterweight title contention with an impressive 6-fight winning streak. But despite Buckley's rise, Holland isn't convinced things would go any differently if they fought again. During a recent podcast appearance, Holland confidently stated, "It would always go the same way. I know so. Styles make fights. And don't forget, at the end of the day, he wants to be the champ. He wants to be on top of the world. I'm already living on top of my world. I'm good." That didn't sit well with Buckley, who clapped back hard when asked about Holland's comments on a recent episode of Perry Punch. Buckley fired back.
And see what he said right there, and that's the reason why I right now in the cage. Because he not hungry no more. Even though Styles made fights, it's just like at the end of the day, like, it's, do you want it though? Who wanted more? And don't ever forget, when we fought each other, not only was it short notice, but bro, I did not have not one teammate with me. Not one coach, not a gym, right? I was able to go 3 rounds with that dude at that time. And then you see how my career has also progressed, in that time, right? For me, because I want to be champ, because I want to make all this money, I'm going to always work at a certain level that a lot of fighters can't be able to keep up with.
Holland fans might argue that his losses came because he was fighting at middleweight, not welterweight. But no matter how you look at it, Buckley is 1 win away from a potential title shot, while Holland is struggling to stay in the rankings. If they ever run it back, it'll be a whole different fight. Who do you think would win in a rematch? Joaquin Buckley or Kevin Holland? Francis Ngannou calls Dana White a massive obstacle to the Jon Jones super fight. The long-discussed Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou fight still hasn't happened, and according to Ngannou, there's only one reason why: Dana White. While talking to Sportsbook Review, Ngannou made it clear that he believes the fight could still happen if White wasn't in the way. He said, "I think it's something that could potentially happen, if you can get past Dana White. Could happen. But that's a massive obstacle." Ngannou has moved on to boxing, cashing huge paychecks, while Jones remains the UFC's heavyweight champion. But White has made it clear he has zero interest in working with Ngannou again, calling him unreliable and claiming he priced himself out of the fight. Ngannou, however, doesn't seem too worried. He told Sportsbook Review, "I'm doing well. I'm doing my stuff at my pace. That won't change my sleep for me." With Jones currently just doing Jon Jones and Ngannou focusing on both MMA and boxing, this super fight seems more unlikely than ever. But if the UFC ever changes its stance, you can bet fans would lose their minds over it. Would you like to see this fight happening? Let us know by leaving a comment. Concerns rise for Jon Jones as footage emerges. Speaking of Jon Jones, fans are worried after a bizarre Instagram live stream in the middle of the night. Jones went live at around 2 to 3 a.m. with 12,000 people watching and made some cryptic, slurred comments. That last part was cut off, but fans were immediately alarmed.
On a trip, you get off, disappointed. Another dad, you just want to.
Given Jones' history with alcohol and personal struggles, many believe this could be a sign of deeper issues. What do you think is going on with Jon Jones this time round? Does he need help? Drop your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like and subscribe for daily updates in the fight world. See you in the next video.